camera or shotgun? The choice is yours. Join Sunny as she takes you hunting for wild boars. Scores of wild boars frenetically run through the dense forest. A true hunter's dream. And now we will show it to you. We will experience unforgettable hunting adventures. Crossing 4 continents in search of the world's finest hunting grounds, we will travel to Africa and Australia, where wild pigs roam free. We will stalk for trophy boars in Europe, and will take part in hunting batus in Asia. Share the thrill of the furious wild boar's encounter with the fearless dogs. Feel the excitement. Feel the danger. Share the adventure. Join the gathering of boars and hunters.
Dogs and wild boars. These are the main protagonists in the driven hunt. Hunters are the ones that benefit from the eternal derby. In this movie, we will show you the way Bulgarian and Russian hunters participate together in the traditional autumn-winter driven hunts held in central Bulgaria. Each year, the fans of this hunting experience gather from all over Europe in the foot of Stara Planina, where the concentration of wild boar is higher. Thanks to the year-round cares taken by the hunting preserves and the numerous game fields maintained by them in the Balkan, here at the territory of modern Bulgaria, we have the best place for driven hunts on global level. The incredible combination of climate, nature, and game resources have been attracting the attention of the hunters from ancient times. Here, Thracians and Proto-Bulgarians perpetuated their hunting feats with the creation of one of the oldest golden utensils with hunting motifs, being a part of the treasures discovered in Bulgaria. The unnoticeable parting of drivers and dogs just before the beginning of the driven hunt gives the first jolt of fear from the shouting and dogs barking for the wild boars not having the slightest idea what is going on, making them flee straight towards the hunters. The signaling took place and the boars were notified about the presence of the people and dogs. The fear of ladder sharp teeth make them scurry away from the noise of the approaching pushers. Hunters in turn take a good look at the shrubs for the approach of the cautious wild boars. The tactical pass of the sounders of pigs through the first posts is one of the essential prerequisites for achieving the general successful hunting strategy. Thus, the pack will reach the bottom of the ring, and from there on it will return to the rest of the hunters. The smooth pass of the dogs, in turn, will ensure the continuous pressure from the drivers on the battle line that approaches the pigs at their rear. As the drivers progress, the frightened wild boars are facing a single choice. The line of hunters and time is really pressing them. Hunters' senses are sharp with adrenaline, and they are anticipating the appearance of the hairy wild boars. We will continue our passage together with the drivers to see whether we will succeed in taking a close footage of some boar. Dogs are impatient, and maybe we will get lucky in catching up with some animal that thinks it got hidden in the thick shrubs. The drivers let the dog follow the smell, and it seems we are close enough. Here comes the wild boar, and the operator will try making it to the end of the slope before it ran away. Our video operator, Vlado, was that close. The boar was about to hit him with its tusks. Thank God he jumped away at the last moment. Boars are very tenacious animals, and if it seems to you that some wounded boar is trying to get to you, you should better fire a bullet or two at it. You should better make sure that in the end of the hunt, you will not be in the victims category than worry whether boars fall down with a single shot. In addition to the firearms and the precision of the shooter, there is another factor that predefines the immediate knockdown of the wild boar. It is about defining whether the animals live and feed freely, or they are lazy and sluggish pigs that got kicked off the pigsty in the fenced hunting areas. This resilient and hard-to-take-down opponent is the main reason for the hunters from all over the world to be striving for hunting in the vast and spacious territories. In some of the following episodes, we will show you how hunting in enclosed and fenced hunting areas looks like. But now, let us get back to hunting here in Bulgaria. It seems the densely arranged tree trunks attract the bullets, thus creating a secure way out for the frenetically galloping wild boars. But even if they succeed in passing by some of the hunters avoiding him from afar, this will mean for sure they approach the next exit in the row, just like the far firing from the neighboring ambush showed. The quality trophy tusks are not always the weapons of the huge tuskers. Rather, the medium-sized animals carry along the most handsome trophy tusks. In the end of the driven hunt, the hunters have an eye-to-eye encounter with the drivers passing by them. During the final phase, when the large packs have already passed by the hunters, leaving as a gift the trophy animals of the sounder rolling on the ground after being taken down by the precise firing, at some locations the dogs meet concealed young boars that do not get frightened by the noisiness of the driven hunt, and remain hidden in the shrubs just to be found by the dogs in the case of close encounter. These encounters are usually deadly for the young boar and unlock the most predatory instincts inherited from the merciless wolves in dogs' minds. The wild fury that is awakened by the smell of fresh blood makes some dogs go wild with frenzy. Even people's intervention cannot help in harnessing the wolf instinct in order to keep the prey. At the end of the driven hunt, all hunters and drivers gather in order to summarize the hunting results and to learn the exciting news about the success achieved by their colleagues.
И вас чувам да си получакат.
This was done by a wild boar? It tore the muscle down. Is the bone broken? No, it is not the bone. The muscle was snatched. Why should I wash, since until the end of the day we will be all covered in blood? And so it goes. The conversation of the drivers that share Jeep's carriage together with their dogs after the end of the driven hunt could terrify every soft-hearted environmentalist, according to whom the meat in the freezer came from the steak plant. But this is where truth lies, and it is about the human that destroys the wildlife territories, and only thanks to the trophy value hunters create while paying huge amounts for hunting. And in order to continue the tradition inherited from our predecessors of hunting, there are regions where wild nature is wild, and the animals enjoy habitats still untouched by the agricultural activity of people. Places like that, where game is duly taken care of in order to have the necessary offspring so that we could hunt without threatening its existence as a species in nature. This is the real care taken of wildlife, and not domesticating and rearing them in bloody meat plants, where each animal stands the same chance of dying because of old age as you stand the chance of you going to the butcher's and not finding the attractively arranged steaks in the refrigerator cabinet. And now let us get back to the natural way of life in the forest, where everybody has its place defined by the natural laws. Here, everything is possible, and everybody is under the potential threat of its enemies. Wild boars do not boast of the best sight among wild inhabitants, and yet good masking and cover-up could ensure a close encounter with a wild boar if the wind is blowing in the right direction. This is what we call a precise firing. Ivan has no time to celebrate. Dogs and drivers make the pigs arrive in waves towards the happy ambush. In less than 2 minutes, the next wild boar jump off the shrubs and are welcomed by Ivan's lethal rifle. There it falls down on the ground. The operator cannot suppress his admiration of the precise shooting of the hunter. Something rustles in front of the hunter, and he reacts instantaneously while surveying the region through the optics of his rifle. It is just a hind. False alarm. The hunter reckons, but just for a second, since his attention is caught by the same location. Wild boars are very smart animals, and if they notice a hunter, they could hide in proximity to him without manifesting their presence before the backside. Only the approaching drivers could make it get out of its shelter that is usually an old trunk or a fallen tree. Then comes the time for the hunter to confer the success for all the efforts made by the participants in the driven hunt. The precise shot would earn him the respect of his colleagues, and the misfiring, the agonizing feel of dissatisfaction. Nobody knows what awaits them. 6. The operator does the counting in his thoughts while shooting another merciless and precise shot. The hit of the last firing left just a cloud of dust. After the end of the driven hunt, they will have to search for that wild boar. They are fast to find it. It did not make even 1 meter after the precise hit. Did you shoot the action down there? An hour and a half we have been chasing a wild boar without being able to take it out. The pig passed by my leg, and as I turned back, all of them have landed at the trees. Come on, congratulations. Did this wild boar come here? Up there I can see a huge one. There is another huge one over there. This one is handsome. The operator declared his appreciation. The old tusker has lost one of its tusks in some battle, which did not diminish the trophy value at the least of this elderly animal that got wounded in some battle for supremacy amid the herd. The master of sport got wounded. They brought us a huge boar in the morning. These are hunting memories. I've been climbing along the trees, and there were even no trees. They were all rotten. This is my lucky acorn. You know the way the story goes. It is good I have you with me for luck. Before that, I was staying in the middle of nowhere without doing anything. This attitude, demonstrated by the hunter towards the video operator, is an essential prerequisite for the successful hunting, especially if the operator really brings luck. 3 huge boars? 18, 19. I guess this is the trophy. They are quite thick. I'm really fond of the driven hunt of wild boars. This is pure adrenaline. That is why I believe I will come here each year. The far shots among the densely located trees could not always be perfect. It is enough for them to be lethal. The difficult passage along the uneven forest terrain covered with shrubs and valleys continued. The experienced dogs were moving together with their driver, surveying the region with their sharp senses for the specific presence of the stinky wild boars. The departing jackal became aware of our presence before we saw it, and this saved his life. The hunting emotions during the driven hunt always bring about hunting stories, but Ivan's luck started making a name of its own.
Я им отстреливаю зубы, чтобы не знать, сколько стоит. Здесь кровь, да? Вот через дорогу попадание в лопатку, сука, еще 50 метров бежит.
Ты его достреливал просто, да?
Ну и стреляй, Виктор Сергеевич.
Ну да, по лопатке.
Лопатка. Хорошо, получается все-таки. Ну, не отзадила. Ну, они неслись.
Хорошая мамка тут.
Ну, видишь, она...
Ну, у меня такая же, да?
Ну, неслись со скоростью просто.
А я и слышал его.
The ritual for pleasing Lady Luck necessitated paying tribute to the 4 pigs that were taken down by Vanya's hand.
Бурханчику.
Spread a lot of it. Take the cap.
Много не пои его, а то знаешь.
Да, понятно.
Охуеть.
It is like firing 2 shotguns.
По-македонски.
Yes, you are like a Macedonian rebel. Did you hear them shooting? I can drink in your honor, in the honor of nature, in the honor of us guys, in the honor of Bulgaria.
Потому что за Болгарию. Ребят, ну так вот красивее охотятся, чем зимой, когда мы охотились.
It is so beautiful and warm here while it is freezing cold back home.